What's going on, vets? So I have a question for you guys for Saturday, and you can answer it in the comment section if you choose to, but this is a question I'm going to pose on Saturday. Cash versus credit. Now, I'm not talking about your personal situation. You got great credit? Great. You got a lot of cash? Great. I'm not talking about you personally. I'm speaking in general. This is a question that was posed to me by a family member, and I'm curious to get your answer about cash versus credit in 2024. So let's say you have 100,000 in cash with excellent credit. You're in the 800s. And then let's say on the other side, you got 500,000, but your credit score is below 500. Which situation would you think is better for you? And again, I'm not talking about your personal credit or your personal cash. This is just a what if scenario. So if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to ask this question again on Saturday, or you can answer it in the comment section. Okay. All right. Now that brings me to another point from Tuesday's video. On Tuesday night's video, I showed some different places in the nightlife in different places on Tuesday video, right? And I have said repeatedly, and you can go back to any video and check. You can ask anyone on the panel my thoughts on being around people from the States. I'm not rude. I am courteous to people. Someone comes up, they need help with directions or where something is, or may need help telling their taxi driver where they're going or whatever. I have no problem with that. But I'm not hanging out with nobody. I'm not exchanging numbers with nobody. And I'm not trying to introduce you to anyone as well. When I say that, some people take offense to that as if I'm only speaking to African Americans or Black Americans. Let me be clear. I said Americans, period. Because here you see all flavors acting a damn fool in different locations. You see all flavors begging. You see all flavors with nothing. So if you're interpreting it, if you're interpreting that as, well, you're only talking about Black people, you haven't been paying attention. You haven't been paying attention, or you haven't been watching a whole lot of my videos, okay? Because when I speak about the riffraff, or when I speak about pricing people out, I speak specifically about Americans. I do not say this race, that race. That's something that somebody is adding in that I've never said. Go back and check any video. I do not deal with any Americans here on a personal level. Not one. There's no Americans here who will tell you I've been hanging out with them, I've gone anywhere with them, I've done anything with them, because I do not. I don't. And that is from years of experience in 5 other countries outside of this country where I've lived now for almost 6 years, and the United States where I lived most of my adult life. I don't, okay? Now, my man Mike also echoed similar things in that video. And again, some people take offense as if you're only talking about African Americans. Let me try to explain other people's point of view who are abroad. When you go abroad, everybody's situation is different. For some people, we choose to be alone. We choose to be around the locals, or we choose to be around our significant others without having to deal with all of the outside noise that may come from being around tourists. So you got to understand something. As an expat, I'm not interested in hanging around tourists. For what reason? I don't do anything tourists do. That's what a lot of us do when we go abroad. Someone goes and stays somewhere for a month. You think I want to spend a month of my time being around someone from the States where I just came from? That might be appealing to some people, and others that's not. I don't want to know things I already know being an American. I'm trying to learn where I am, okay? For me, I can't do that in no expat groups or being in a group of Americans around talking about whatever. I've already seen that, been around that as an adult. That does nothing for me. But when I'm here with the locals, I'm always learning something new, okay? That's how I'm picking up information on what's gonna benefit me and not gonna benefit me. And notice I'm using the word me. And I think sometimes a lot of other people who travel are in the similar boat, but for whatever reason, people take it personally as if you're speaking directly to them or directly about a group of people who look like you. Make no mistake about it. When people leave and they go be in a desolate area, what is that telling you? They're not trying to be around anyone. They're not. People go stay in a cabin. You want to go glamping, you stand in a cabin. It's just you, your significant other, or whatever party you're bringing. Why is that? Because they're not trying to be around a bunch of people. I look at it like this, and again, this is from years of experience of traveling to different countries. There are so many times when you see people from the States, homeless, broke, needing help, and my whole thing is, why go abroad and live worse than where you came from? If you got to ask somebody for money and you've only been here a month, a week, 3 months, 6 months, and you're asking for money, to me, that wasn't a good idea. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion, just like others are entitled to their opinion. So all I'm saying, guys, is that sometimes when you hear myself or other people speak about being alone, not being around certain people, we're not speaking of just specifically African Americans. We're speaking about everybody. Everybody. When I used to go to the HCA, where that veteran third party was, you all have no idea how many veterans were outside begging as I went in and when I was leaving. There was always 2 to 3 every time I went to an appointment, waiting on veterans to go in so they can ask for money, waiting on veterans to leave so they can ask for money. And those were people of all flavors, all veterans of all flavors, okay? So I would simply ask people who are watching me, or you may be watching my man Mike, Love and Freedom, or you may be watching some of Howard's shorts, and you see us alone, or you see us with the locals. That's who we choose to be with. Not everybody who's abroad want to hang around people we just left. That's kind of the reason why we left. Some of us left. Now some, it may be their thing. Hey, I want to go and hang out with all the Americans and learn this, that, and other. Cool, do that. But understand, everybody is not in that boat. Sometimes you leave America for a reason, to get away from some of the things and the habits in America, okay? And with that being said, guys, hey, I appreciate everybody watching as always. And until the next time, guys, I'm out of here. Peace. Enjoy the rest of your day.